Hey everybody, ohayo, konnichiwa, konbanwa, whenever and wherever you are, we are back in Barovia for more Curse of Strahd. And tonight we'll be coming to you with the sounds of Sirenscape. Please go and give them a try. There is a free trial one. There's a bunch of different sound sets that you can try out. And their servers are back raised from the dead like so many zombies, and everything is all happy again. Hey Sunblighter, thanks for coming by again. And last time on Curse of Strahd, our 4 adventurers were chasing after the vicious saber-toothed tiger as it pounced and charged through the streets of Vallaki, but they found it hiding in Blinsky's toy shop, where it had met up with its long-term friend, Piccolo the monkey. Krieg, using his ability to speak with beasts and animals, found out that it was not out to kill any of the locals or cause any harm, but Piccolo was a different deal entirely. A very dangerous little monkey. But you managed to calm the situation down, and Rictavio, the circus master and storyteller extraordinaire, came to claim his tiger and monkey and promised the guards they would leave the town without issue. But during this conversation with Ramses the tiger, Krieg found out some rather curious things about Rictavio. And wanting to know more, our adventurers hitched a ride on the wagon as it left the town. Outside the gates, away from prying ears, they confronted him about his apparent ability to change his appearance, and why his tiger was only interested in attacking certain local people. It was found out that Ramses the tiger had been trained in case Rictavio, in his mission here against the devil Strahd himself, was attacked by agents of Strahd, that the tiger would come to his defense. And the ability to change himself was being employed, it seemed, to go under the radar and stay out of sight, having irked the lord of this valley somewhat. He left you and headed off towards his tower, a tower on the shores of a lake off to the west of Vallaki. A once wizard's tower that you heard about in your card reading by Madame Eva. Speaking of that card reading, you remembered another part of that card reading mentioned Rictavio's wagon. And Krieg was like...
It was like a voice spoke to us from the heavens.
Oh, yeah.
And Krieg took after him with his wings spread, free from the walls of Vallaki, free to fly in the sky once more. And when he talked to Rictavio about said source of knowledge, source of aid in their plight, Rictavio presented him with a book, the Tome of Strahd, and they received their first item from Madame Eva's card reading. As they were talking about this, a figure in a dark dress came running from the village, first encountering Vanta, who had got a head start back into town. Now, Vanta, I kind of had to handwave this, so she ran to you. This is Danica from the Blue Water Inn, the mother of the and the member of the co-leader of the Keepers of the Feather, the Wereraven secret society that is working against Strahd also. And she said to you, They've taken my youngest. They've taken my son. And because unfortunately you weren't with us, I decided in the moment that you probably said, you have another?
Yes, that's really, really good.
Right?
Yeah. I love it.
It's
Absolutely
pretty
love
on
it.
brand, right?
Yes, it is.
So
That's brilliant.
they saw her throw her arms up in the air and carry on running towards the three of them.
Good. That's really good.
Okay, I'm glad I got that right. I think I was
That
fairly,
was perfect.
fairly confident, but yeah.
Yeah.
And she ran up to the others, and she, in a panicked state, told the other three how, during the confusion of the release of the saber-toothed tiger and the panic of everyone running this way and that, they had lost track of their youngest, Bray, and this friend that he had been staying with the night before. And when they asked around town, they were disturbed, distraught, panicked to hear that they had been seen leaving in the company of a friendly-looking old lady.
Oh no.
And Danica had the right of it when she said to you, "It's the hags. The hags from the bone grinder. They have my son!" And that is where we finished last time. We find ourselves arriving back in town. The streets quiet. Guards walking about, patrolling the walls. There's no curfew, so you're allowed to be out and about, that's fine. You make your way back to the Blue Water Inn with Danica as quickly as possible. And you see, as you get back to the inn, she kind of takes a deep breath and composes herself as best she can. Like, straightens her dress. Right. There's nothing that can be done now. She sends you outside before you go into the tap room where there's going to be people inside. There's nothing that can be done now. We just have to rest and be at our best potential tomorrow, so that we may travel safely to the windmill and get Bray and his friend back. Will you help me, please?
How could we not?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all. Now, we need to show that everything's okay when we're inside, so please do not let any of the others know what's happening. Erwin is working the bar. He knows what's happened. But, we need to... We spent the day, before the festival, getting those chambers that you found beneath the Blue Water Inn. Copyright. And we have it as somewhat of a situation room, if you like, for the Keepers of the Feather. We can use that to plan. We will find out what we can. We will prepare as best that we can. We have a few members of the Keepers coming in tonight. And you just need to rest, okay? Rest up and be the best you can to help us tomorrow, okay? Your rooms are ready. And she leads the way as you walk into the bright lights inside. And the fire lights bathing the room as you've seen it so many times before. And the people inside, all astir, talking about the events of the day. It's like, this dramatic, turn of events that happened after the Festival of the Blazing Sun was rained out. Then the sudden twist is this saber-toothed tiger. Can you believe it? A saber-toothed tiger here in Vallaki. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's just going around. And you walk in and it's that kind of spaghetti western, like, like the bards stop and everyone kind of looks around. I'm not going to mess with Sirenscape, but everyone looks around. It's like, oh, it's them. And like a couple of people come over. It's like, tell us, you have to tell us what happened. What happened after you chased the beast? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, just there's like you're being mobbed. And Danica kind of like extracts herself from that and goes over to Erwin talks to him, and he kind of looks towards you appreciatively, thankfully, and she disappears out the back towards, down. Actually, you see her kind of like going down behind the counter, and she goes down towards the rooms underneath the inn itself. And you hear Erwin saying to one of the customers, I'm sorry, we're very tapped out tonight. No, there's no food, I'm afraid. No. And yes, there's still no wine. We thank you all for coming. We're not sure why you're here. Can't be helped. Can't be helped.
I like that.
And yes, so are you going to just head to rest straight away?
Sorry, can I just check?
Yes.
Did Vanta go ahead and is there already, and sees them come in, or is she with them?
Yes, you would be. What did you do? Did you go up to your room, or did you sit at a table?
I would have walked up to whoever was sitting by the fireplace and used my menacing aura to get them to move, and then I would sit there and in the armchairs.
Okay.
I
In
imagine
the brightest place in the room? Wow. How very
Yeah, I
nice.
know. That's where she casts the largest shadow. So. But there's one seat opposite her, I think.
Okay. Thank you. So the rest of you arrive in, and you see Vanta sitting there.
She looks over and
Aye.
finds Asara, like, just meets her eye.
And-
she looks back at the fire.
How far away are we from like door to comfy fire chair?
It's not a huge place, so not too bad.
Okay. So was Vanta not here when Danica was saying be ready tomorrow, your best hotel or rooms ready? No. Okay. I'm going to walk over to the chairs in front of the fireplace and be like, you can guess what we're doing tomorrow morning. Are you coming?
Sit with me.
Yeah?
I know your plans. I think I can guess them, at least. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, that is. There's a lot on my mind. I think you can understand.
I can imagine. Your book's there too. Are you not gonna come with us at least?
That's the book. Asara, can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Do you have family, friends, something you hold dear to your heart?
I have family that I love, and I have morals that I keep.
I think Vanta takes the box and puts it on the table. I'm sure there's like a small table in between. And she just puts her hands on it. This is my family. In here. Not by blood, but by something far stronger. And one of them is gone. And I think you understand why I reacted so strongly about the book.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Because I'm like, I lower my voice because I realize I'm like, oh, I don't want anyone else to hear this. I don't understand because you would have an innocent girl killed, a girl who is an oracle, who told you your book was not gone. You would have her killed. And you would ask Rictavio to kill no one who is guilty or means him harm. It's backwards to me, Vanta. It's backwards. And you're right. I don't know your Raven Queen. And that was wrong of me to say. But you know what I am. You can guess who I used to serve. My god kills children for many reasons. For fun, because they are weak, because they are innocent. Your god didn't seem like the type to kill innocent children for delivering you a message. But I don't know your god. And if you're willing to kill innocents for family, maybe I could understand you explaining that this book is like blood to you. But it's backwards, Vanta. It's backwards.
Sarah. Oracles and divination are not my creed or my religion. They are not what I believe. This, and she puts her hand on the box, this is what I believe. This is what I trust. And if the book is gone, I must follow where it went. That is my oracle. That is my quest. Nothing else matters. No children, no people, nothing else. I have a higher purpose that has been divined, and I am the only one left who cares to carry it out. And I will. You don't have to understand it, because I know it's not quite pretty and nice. It doesn't fit in some hero's tale, and it doesn't save the innocent. My God is not malevolent. They just know what needs to be done.
Then I could.
Sacrifices can be made.
There was no reason to wish that little girl dead. She pointed you in the direction. Like, Asara's like, she stops herself. She's like, she pointed you in the direction of your book. And after that, you wished her dead. And that we had gone and chased our tails. We wouldn't have. She gave good news to all of us. And, you know, killed the children that you need to, I guess. You didn't have to wish her dead. I would get up, but I want to let you, if you have something.
Yeah. That's... As much as I have a higher purpose, I am human. Well, humanoid.
I smile.
I have been known to let hysterics get the better of me. I wasn't around people for a very long time, and I still find it hard to assert and assign value to lives. I am trying in my own way, and that was a mistake. I should not have wished her ill. The fact of the matter remains that I will not, never will I, divert any attention elsewhere than my own quest.
Get behind that. We're going to find your book, Vanta, but I can't.
You don't need to.
And I hope referring to dead children, I hope you know I wouldn't let you either. Not that I expect you to listen to me, but
I have no power over who lives and dies. I am a conduit.
let's get your book tomorrow, Vanta. And I don't even bring up the boy, and I like stand up, and in my vision, I walk like past her and put my hand on her shoulder to be like, we cool. But I don't know where she's sitting in relation. I feel like
Yeah.
she's further away.
Yeah,
Sure,
no,
let's do it.
completely.
Yeah. I walk by and I like put my hand on her shoulder and I like go, we'll find your book. And then I go the steps.
Okay. Krieg and Xenicus, having realized that this needed to be had, this private moment between the two of you, have already gone up as well to their room, and they are poring over this book that Krieg retrieved from
that's
Octavia.
exactly what I was gonna say. Like,
Right.
seeing them sit in front of the fire, Craig would kind of like point at the stairs to Xenicus and like hold the book up, like,
He pulled out his own book. He's furiously copying notes into his own book.
Indeed.
What
And
is this sword?
yeah, please, if you want to talk about it a bit.
The
I just want to
sword.
say that Michael's disembodied laughing was hysterical.
It was hard to keep it in.
Xenicus is serious, like the token serious face with this little chuckle just emanating from behind it.
He's trying so hard.
Yeah, sorry everyone, we're without a camera for Xenicus before.
Technical
For
issues.
just hopefully just for tonight.
Yes.
He's
Things a bit
incorporeal
ordered.
for this session.
The
Yeah,
ghost
switch from
of
the,
Xenicus.
the lichen to the ghost hunters. But
I'm sorry,
yes,
I do need you to run that kind of thing past your DM before you start messing with
Never.
it. Okay, so would you like to talk about this at all, or are we going to bed down?
a few comments.
Please.
He meant like Zach is gonna like as they kind of discuss in different parts of it. He's gonna be like, it seems that Tatiana that vanished long ago. Maybe he's still seeking her, and he kind of points to the general direction of Irina's room.
yeah, I thought the same thing. It's pretty
Kind of
eerie.
creepy. It's kind of creepy, isn't it? Really creepy.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No.
I
mean-
mean, I don't know. And I mean, he killed his brother?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty terrible. But I mean, the whole making a blood pact part with death. Though it did mention a brother's sword that he seemed scared of. I wonder if that's the one mentioned in the card reading.
Ah. I'm not gonna lie to you, Xenicus. That part went over my head. I got really stuck on the brother thing. In my culture, that's
Oh, in ours too. Don't worry.
okay. I hope so.
Yes, we're kinslaying is not exactly a thing that happens with
Yeah.
often or with much cheer in any culture that I know of.
I've heard of, periods of famine where parents would have to eat their eggs. That never sat well with me, but
Like you can just see Zedek is like trying to like put words out, and then he just decides not to. It's like, probably this better not.
A little bit of a fried egg in the morning.
no, no worries. That's. I don't expect that to be something that you can. What's the word I'm looking for?
Tamagoyaki.
Stomach.
It's fine. We don't have egg.
Right. You don't even like eggs.
I don't. No. We bonded over this. The fact that I don't eat
Yeah.
eggs.
I remember that.
That's just because they taste bad.
Vanta's chugging raw egg yolks downstairs.
I just love the idea of like, you guys having such a serious conversation. And Iris has gone completely the wrong way.
That same exact thing. Like the girls are like this really serious heart-to-heart about killing children and whatnot, and then the boys are up there going,
Eggs!
"They're good."
Actually,
No, they're
fuck
not.
No.
I mean, that's pretty par for the course for this party.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
I do wonder if Irina knows this name, Tatiana. Maybe it's like maybe there's some ancestry there, or
Yeah, maybe a myth or like a legend within this
Right.
Barovia. Yes, we should subtly drop that name at one point.
subtly. I'll try to remember that part.
No promises.
Definitely no promises.
We should probably get some rest if we're gonna take on these hags.
I think so. I know you guys don't have to sleep, but
We still must rest.
Okay. Now, all of you get a good night's rest,
Woo!
and fairly exhausted by the long day you had saving Arabelle from the lake, and going out to the Vistani camp not once but twice, meeting Jenny Greenteeth, the saber-toothed tiger escape, and the revelations from Rictavio. You all collapse into your beds and have the trance and sleep that you need. Just one thing.
Oh, I've already clicked long rest. I'm so sorry.
Krieg,
Pass my paycheck. I think.
ever since about lunchtime,
Oh no.
there's been an empty knot of space in your stomach. And you go to sleep and dream of Xenicus tiptoeing around in the night, going off to his hidden pie stash, eating all the pies and keeping them away from you. It's these terrible dreams, this awful vision that you have that accompanies your sleep. The rest of you sleep fine.
So you were
And
thinking
this-
that yesterday's performance of looking for the pie so like vehemently was he doth protest too much.
So
He
you
does fight.
may all have the benefits of a long rest. And Asara, Vanta, and Xenicus, you rise before Krieg does, with your trance not needing to go so long as a sleeping folk. And you make your way down through the dark corridors and rooms, the tap room, and you notice torchlight coming up from that cellar that leads down to the cistern and the cavern beyond. And you make your way down there, and you see that a walkway is being put up across the water of the cistern, allowing you straight across and access. And you hear voices in the rooms beyond. Now, Asara, Vanta, you especially notice the altar to Vampire has been tidied away.
Yeah.
And you see one person that you haven't met before, a woman about the same age as Danica, looking maybe slightly familial resemblance. You're not sure if there's some shared blood there, but she sat at the table counting pile after pile of coin, and she looks over at Danica. She's like, "Oh, this is going to be so good. This will help finance the Keepers of the Feather for quite some time. We'll be able to get some new equipment, all sorts. Who'd have thought it was just hidden away behind that secret door?"
crazy.
Wow. I wonder if that was something we could have maybe definitely been able to find.
No, there's no way we could have definitely been able to probably find that definitely behind that door.
If only we hadn't
Certainly
decided
not.
to leave very suddenly.
Certainly very not, no.
Okay,
My sentences make
So-
less and less sense.
you talk with Danica and another couple of keepers of the feather that are down here in their human forms. one of them's just doing laps of the room, just flying around as a raven. Could you please stop that?
Get down!
I have a little bag, a little paper bag with like some clothes folded up in it, and I'm just like, who did these belong to?
Danica's like, that would be Muriel. I'm afraid she's not here.
I suppose I'll have to wear them a little longer. Then.
She is back to her usual lookouts down in Beres.
I will hand them to.
Is a name you remember, Lady Vanta?
Yes.
As that is where
Oh.
Rictavio revealed your lost book to be located. The swamps that have
How could I
reclaimed
forget?
the lost town of Beres.
Is there
So-
a Hilton in Beres?
Yes, unfortunately it's Paris. Now, so, you head on down there and you talk to them. And you discuss with Danica what they have been able to uncover and what they know already about what you might be up against. Now, I need... they tell you a little bit that they found out. And you might be able to learn more if you use an Arcana check.
Okay.
Which I
Arcana?
always think kind of sounds like a Barovian name, don't you think?
Arcana, yeah.
Right?
Does.
Yeah.
I kind of think.
check.
Dragomir Arcana check. Yeah.
I will pray to my Raven Queen.
Indeed. So, any of you would like to try and recall some information about tags?
Ooh! Not terrible.
How'd you go?
17 total.
Okie doke. Krieg, do you give it a
Needed that
shot?
either.
Tenicus?
Oh, is it all of us? Okay.
If you want to. If you just to see if you know anything.
Yes. Arcana, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
16.
6. Okay. Danica shares with you the information, more information than Krieg or Zenicus know. Actually, no, Krieg, you knew this too. You'd heard these tales, maybe slightly twisted versions of them in fireplace folk stories from up in the high forest from back when you were just a little fledgling. And you recall, and Danica tells how night hags are demonic creatures of nightmare, and like other hags, they can team up with others of their kind and form covens of 3, which vastly increases their power if they manage to do so. And last time you were at the Bone Grinder, you recall there were only 2 sisters there. But they did talk about their mother, and you met said mother in the village of Barovia, and partook of her delicious wares. Now, Lady Vanta, with that roll, you recall a little more. You also recall that night hags just thrive on corruption and fear. They are tempters and deal makers, and they consume the souls of evildoers for pleasure and nourishment. Their skin is hardened against elemental forces, and they fear no mortal metal save silver. And as long as the members of a hag coven remain nearby one another, their arcane power is greatly increased.
I will sit up very straight. You hear my back crack. And Vanta says, I know some more things about hags. Blah, 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 blah.
See the above. Yes.
Andrew, you can't just say blah 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 and then we know what you're saying.
I'm sorry, I haven't been in society, you understand? I don't know how humanoids speak to one another. They're weird ways.
Best callback in the same session.
Incapable of anything except mumbled prayer. Now, at that point, Krieg wiping, rubbing his eyes, like lazily, maybe bothering with trousers. We're not sure. It's 50-50 any given day. Comes kind of strutting down, across the boardwalk and into the room. You're in that room with the table and the where the shrine had been, a little shrine. And you, Krieg, you meet the others, and Danica quickly tells of the plan, which is just to try and be as quiet as possible, and to try and. They think when they take children to the bone grinder, they are kept up in the higher floors of the windmill, trying to fatten them up. Because they only need the bones for the pies, but, every part of the buffalo.
Well, if we need to get higher, then, I'm your bird person.
They can all fly too, remember?
They nod. They're like, yes, that'd be most useful.
Oh.
You could check that they're in there. They're not being held anywhere else. Although our observations of them have shown us that they do not use any other locations around the valley. But we'll have to be very quiet. If they discover us, they will be most dangerous.
Are they all there?
I'm not sure. We are expecting one of our order to come back soon. Katarina is due to report if any of them leave. And as you're taking breakfast and talking about how you're going to do things, indeed, a woman does arrive, younger than Danica, just black leathers, and she just comes walking in very businesslike. She's like, Danica, it is as we hoped. The mother has left the windmill. There are just the two of them. If we are going to go, we go now. I will go back immediately and keep an eye. Follow as quickly as you can. She looks at you. Land-based slowcokes. And turns on her heel and marches out. Very, efficient, all business. And Danica's like, my friends, if you are ready, let us go.
Indeed.
Like her. Maybe I should have some more disdain for those land-dwelling creatures.
Do birds get married?
Oh yeah, there's a whole thing with like a shiny rock and I'll tell you about it later.
As the ships set sail once more.
No!
Shiny rocks.
Tyrannosaurus have so much development left. They could go so far. I'm stopping. It's
now,
fine.
Stephanie, I think I'm going to have to put a limit on you. This is, in Dungeons & Dragons, the year of 3 ships sailing. So I'm afraid you're allowed 3. And that's your limit, okay? Because it is, in Dungeons & Dragons terms, it is 1492.
Hey, only 3 weeks left of this year, though, so...
True.
Either
Although, not...
Does it reset?
It's about a month here. We're going a bit slower than real life.
That's true.
Just a little bit, just a smidge. So
That wasn't a ship, it was just a question. I just wanted to know.
I'm joking, don't worry. My stops are entirely in jest.
All of us and all of chat are
Unless...
to you. Now,
no stops.
you leave town as quickly as you can. Danica stays with you, and you quickly make your way down the road, looping round that switch back up into the hills, and you start to climb up into those mountains that I think we haven't been on our little map for a long time, have we? So let's go and have a look, shall we? Where are we? Barovia. Well, that's just a big black spot. Come over here. There we go. Zoom in a bit here because we're relatively local. This is a local windmill for local people. Now.
Oh my gosh, we're going to the local.
So, you find yourselves, you're leaving Vallaki over here, and you go through along the lake shore, around that switchback, and winding up into the woods and up that hill of the mountains that lie between here and the village of Barovia. And here, you know the windmill to stand up on its hill, overlooking the valley and the road that leads between these two villages, and also towards Strahd's castle. Now, Scrappy found the kitty cat. We see you. We see you. Okay.
Wow, it's cute.
No, it's not happy.
Hello.
Do you know if you hold the kitty cat under its arms and you go like this, it gets long? Long cat.
Muted.
Mine's so fat, I don't think he'll get long.
Long cat.
And just
Long
that's
cat.
long cat.
Hello. Oh.
Speaking of great ships,
I know. Oh, best. If anyone, right? I don't know if anyone in the chat knows. Long man. Just Google it and watch the entire thing on YouTube.
It's
after the stream.
epic
Exquisite.
journey.
Oh,
Must.
exquisite.
So good. Now, you approach, keeping to the tree line as best you can. And just before we get into this proper, Dylan, do not encourage Michael.
It's too late.
You creep along the tree line and emerge from the trees in sight of the windmill. Now, that's a quick thing. Where did I put that? Oh, that's a very good point. Where did I put the bone grinder picture? Excuse me.
No, it's not the other ones.
Right?
That's not.
Where are
Yeah.
you now that I need you?
Have you found it?
Bone grinder.
I don't see it at all.
Bone grinder.
Curses.
Maybe change the settings so it's unshared.
Maybe. Okay. Let's see. Bear with me, people. Okay. So yes, you are creeping along the tree line. As you emerge around the edge of the trees, you see. There's no option for it. You know, the rest of the way up to the hilltop is just open grass. You know, dead, kind of straggly grass, but it's just open ground between you and the top of the hill, where the onion-domed windmill huddles, leaning dangerously to one side almost, on the top of this hill. As you can hear from Sirenscape, thank you, the ravens that populate the stone circle that you've heard more about since your last visit here are circling and flapping lazily around the stones at the edge of the trees beyond the windmill. And there you are. Okay, so it's going to take a second to upload. But, yes. Danica kind of stops you And there is a large raven up in the tree that she nods to, so you think that's Katerina. Please.
Is there like a back door we should be using, or?
No, there's only the one. Danica stops. What's happened? It's different. And you all look past her up the hill, and you can see that different to the last time you were here, there is the door with its mantle where Muriel, the were-raven, was perched before, trying to warn you. But above, where there had been windows into the upper levels, there is nothing but smooth stone. The only blemish, apart from the cracks and aging of the plaster, is the door.
He knew
Seems like
we
it's
were coming.
Yeah. You did.
What are we going to do? We were going to go through the window. We were going to go directly to where they keep the children.
That's not an option, is it?
No.
I think we have to take the hard way now.
I'm gonna look at Vanta and be like, shall we knock?
Seems like that would
I
just be.
think they know we're here.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Xenakis.
A little late to the party.
No, I'm just being sarcastic.
You don't say. And then I'm gonna catch myself and be like, not now, not now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Are we full force or half out, half in?
I wanna do another spell, John.
Yes.
I would like to. Well, actually, before I do this, I want to do an Arcana check. I want to see, by looking at the building, whether I can perceive any magical effects that might be causing the windows to maybe be obscured in an illusory way. Is this real? That's what I'm trying to check.
What is the range on that?
Oh, no. This is just, I want to do some Arcana check before I cast my spell. Because I want to see.
An Arcana check
I just
would,
wanted
an Arcana check would only tell you of the existence of such a spell. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
tell.
kind of what I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't have to roll for that. There are definitely
Okay.
magics that could do that. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I have a question for Vanta.
Yes.
Last session, you gave me an ability that gave me advantage on initiative check. Is that still on, or has that been?
That would have reset on a long rest.
Okay, cool.
So
Just
I
checking.
will. But actually, seeing as I can't really detect anything else, might as well just do that. Advantage on initiative for you, mate.
Oh, again, sweet.
Sure. Woo!
Let's go.
Where is it? Yep. Dozo.
Itadakimasu.
Vigilant blessing.
Is Danica and stuff? Are they pulled out their weapons at all, or are they still like?
Not right now. There's just observing.
Also, the vigilant blessing, I can move around. It just takes an action, so it can go from person to person. But the previous person would please it if I move it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna keep.
For now, it's
going
on Danica's, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you. Noted.
I am gonna turn to Danica and be like, who should go in and who's staying out? Because if that mother comes back, we need to keep her separated from the other.
Danica looks. She's like, I'm not sure, but I've always heard it's a terrible idea to split the party.
I mean, do we need a
Wow.
distraction? try and encourage them to come out? Do we think that will even work?
Light it on fire, flush them out, but the boys are in there.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
So Danica's like, no way. It's not happening. So,
I think we go through the front door.
I think we go through the front door.
All in.
Really?
Shall I stand at the front as I'm most likely to take a hit?
Yes, I've also given you a little extra boost of confidence from the Raven.
Not that I need it at all. I'm already great.
No,
but
you
thank
really
you.
do not. Your ego is so large.
I think not large enough. So thank you for the boost.
Start walking.
He's already like on his way, like puffed up chest.
Yep. Johnny Bravo is what I'm imagining right now.
Oh, for sure that. For sure that.
But not as good dance moves.
No. Xenacus has 2 left feet.
No, he's actually a good dancer. We proved that already.
Xenacus has 1.5 left feet.
Yeah, Xenacus is gonna take the lead and kind of head towards the door, keeping an eye out, just like above as well, looking for where he remembered the window to be, just in case, like as Van kind of hinted, it could be illusory magics involved.
Okay, as you...
Oh! I pick up a little stone and just throw it at where I think the window would be. Does it hit rock, or does it go through?
You have to go closer.
Yeah, we're walking up to the door,
Yeah.
so I would just wait
As
until
you-
I was in a...
As you leave the tree line, Katarina launches off the branch where she was perched, and she does a lap of the windmill itself and comes back and lands and whoosh, transforms. There's no activity. I can't see anything. All of the windows are gone.
Let me try this. Yeet the stone!
It like it just whispers, it's subtle magic.
Subtle magic. Does anything happen? Is it just a stone against stone?
There's a rattle of stone as the pebble cracks off the wall and comes back down.
You are correct in your estimation. There are no windows.
Sorry, just before we do this, I think I'm getting some a bit of lag here. Anybody in chat, Dylan or anyone in chat, is it skipping on us? Are we okay? I'm just getting a bit of a head up about some dropped frames.
Some Christmas ornaments in my hair. I have
Scrappy's got traumatized by Piccolo.
Traumatized, the best monkey in the game.
The only monkey in the game, to be fair, but
I mean,
well,
Xenacus.
so far. Somewhere lurking in the mountains is that orangutan.
yes, the
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that. Merry Christmas, everyone. So everyone has what I've been making for the kids. I've been making, what have we been making? We've been making origami stockings. Wait, I'll make one right now.
I think it
Yes,
might
I
have been because I
can.
was trying to upload that animated picture of the
that
render.
could be it, yeah.
It's like, no, don't punish me for my child.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're getting
Yeah,
it.
it's getting it. Ah, curses.
The next part. And then you fold it.
Believe. Yeah, I
Into you.
can't muscle it while we're live.
Yeah, I can't cancel that image upload.
A boom.
I had already.
Oh,
I bet this is really helpful for everybody right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go offline briefly, and then sort it and jump back in. Okay.
Stocking.
Okie dokie.
Okay.